So the whole of the Road to Knockout Stage Team 2 has been leaked, EA are fixing the menus, and loads has been going on with the market, which we're going to cover in today's video. But before we do start that, the free trading guide is now going to back to normal, back to a sub perk. But you guys can still get it for free. How you guys can go and get the sub perk for free is, all you got to do is click below the, I guess here, click on this. And then you can go and subscribe with Amazon Prime. So if you guys do have Amazon, you can go and subscribe. If not, it is £5, $5, $6 or €5. What do you get with the guide? Well, with the guide, you get daily updated guides with a big old spreadsheet with loads of investments on there. If you guys are interested in active trading, I've got a massive list of players you can buy and sell with Shadow. If you guys are not interested in trading, want to make easy coins and literally put in no effort whatsoever, there's a bunch of non-rares you can buy there for near discard and just sell on lazy buyers. And all this stuff is updated daily. So yeah, if you guys are interested, you can go and subscribe now for the trading guide. So we've got loads and loads of stuff to go and cover. So without further ado, let's start off by covering that we've got an update. You may wonder, why do you care about an update? Well, for those that are interested in trading, for those that are interested in just generally using the menus, this is this is coming in very, very nicely. So as I say, the update's going to be rolling out on PC very soon, and then normally it'll come on console about 24 to 48 hours after. So what's coming in this update, the most important thing that we care about is sometimes button inputs were not being registered. Yikes. When performing actions in the menu. AKA, when you went to go and buy something, you maybe go and press buy, but it wouldn't have even registered you pressing X, or wouldn't have registered you pressing up. And hopefully this will just help with the fluidities of the menus. We know that the menus this year are diabolical. Like, if you want to trade, you really just trade on the web app or the companion app. But yeah, hopefully this is now going to make the console a bit more competitive with keeping up with the web app and companion app. And again, it should just be good for general use. Apart from that, we've just got something regarding Steam. I mean, I've had loads of people in my Twitch chat saying they've had problems with loading up FIFA on PC, but yeah, that's about it. And then again, just some generic sort of UI sort of menu stuff, so it shouldn't be anything too crazy. But the main thing that we care about is that the button inputs were not being registered, but now they're favourite to be registered. Now, sadly, the PlayStation servers have been down since this morning, so the whole of me showing you everything is going to have to be via the form of the web app. But don't worry, because it won't really change what the content is. There you go, yeah. Servers have been down on PlayStation. They're still up on Xbox. The web app servers are still up. It's just the PlayStation servers are down, not so much the Xbox. So let's go through what content came out yesterday. So we only got ourselves a Lo Celso SBC, and it looks pretty decent. The only problem I have is it's kind of the exact same card as Alexi Garcia, if I can go and find his card. As it is a centre mid with 80 plus stats everywhere, apart from, where is it? His was physical. His was actually defending and physical. So, yeah, the problem is it's kind of the exact same sort of card. One's got 4-star skills, one's got 4-star weak foot. But, yeah, I'm not quite sure. Not quite sure why they decided to drop Lo Celso. But hey-ho, Lo Celso. He's got himself 80 plus all stats in pace, shooting, passing, dribbling. Interesting thing, by the way, it was a league that Isco was going to be the SBC. But obviously they've decided to go and switch it up to Lo Celso. Or the leaks was wrong. His dribbling doesn't look too bad. If we look at his play style, it doesn't work for me because I always have to have relentless on my midfielders because I abuse the living daylights out of what's it called? RB. But long ball, that's quite good for what the current meta is. If you've seen Patry, Patry's literally extinct at the moment because she's got long ball playstyle plus. So nice that he's got that. He's obviously got a finesse shot. He's got a little dribbling there, and I say got a nice passing one right there. If we go and look at the roles he can play as well, playmaker, shadow striker, and half winger. Again, the problem there is they're quite offensive roles, and 81 pace is not quite ideal when it comes to those roles. I prefer him to be more of a box-to-box, but yeah, sadly no playstyle plus. Right there. Now, what did Lo Celso do to the market? He didn't really do much, in all fairness. La Liga centre mids, again, didn't really react too negatively. De Jong was 88k before he came out. He's now 85k. Pedri, again, not too negative. 13k down to 12k. Tuchemeni, 38k. He's practically still 38k. Llorente, before he came out, he was 9.8k. He's now 10.5k. So, not very negative impact to other La Liga centre mids, which again is what he should be replacing. And again, there aren't really any Argentinian centre mids that he'd be replacing because, again, more like than not, he'll just go and make La Liga squads more than he's making La Liga Argentina squads. Regarding fodder didn't really rise too much for him. Before he came out, 85s were 3.5. They're still 3.5. 86s before he came out were 6.3. They're still currently 6.3. So yeah, we didn't really see much of a rise on fodder. We didn't see the comparable links drop much, which just means the card isn't very demanded. We then moved to the likes of Alvarez. Alvarez, before the SBC was out, was 35k. Went up to probably about 37k. He's back down there to 35. But Alvarez should keep rising through to Thursday afternoon. And that's about it. You know, quite an average SBC, didn't really make too many waves on the market. The second thing we got was the double 77. The thing we've had all last week, but you could only do it 3 times a week. You can now do it unlimited. So yeah, if you guys enjoy grinding, I would upgrade SBCs. It's yeah, lovely. They also made it cheaper by 1 rare. Last week it needed 7 rares, 4 non-rares. This week it needs what's it called? 5 non-rares, 6 rares. Didn't really do anything to rares though. You can still see they're still going for discard at 650 coins. And again, we don't really expect to do much to rares. Yeah, down the line. Didn't get any evos. Didn't go and get ourselves any objectives as well. So now what we're going to do is we're going to have a little talk about the market. Because yesterday we anticipated the up to about 3 million coins as well, which is quite nice. There you go. You can see 1.8 million coins liquid. We've got like a... What do we have selling on? We've got like a Beckham selling on, and we've got like, I think, a Lounge Up selling on. So icon trading, shadow trading going very, very nicely on the account. Nearly 3 million coins now in 10 days. So yeah, not too bad. But yeah, back underwear packs. So we anticipated the market dropping yesterday because we thought minimum we're going to get tradable 50k packs because the 50k packs were expiring. Maybe even getting bigger stuff because again, the leakers did put privately in their Discord that apparently they're rumored that big tradable packs were coming. That could go and drop the market. We didn't go and get them yesterday. Are we going to get them today? Maybe. Well, I think one way or the other we're going to get UCL marquee matchups today, and I think that will go and drop the market. And again, I wouldn't back the market on division rivals. So yeah, if we scroll down here, there you go. We can see up the 50k packs. They expire over on Wednesday. So yeah, as I can see more 50k packs coming on Wednesday. Once again, dropping the market a little bit more. But yeah, they didn't drop it as bad as we thought it would. Obviously, they had 4 prior. This time there's only 2, so it didn't really do too much to the market. So let's go and show you guys what it did go and do to the market. If we can go and load up the market. We'll start off by just showing you some of the gold cards. Cheap cards like your Doogie weren't too affected. Before the pack came out, he was 10.5. He's now 10.250. Mid-range cards, before it came out, were 21.5. Still 21.5. Stuff like Tonali, before it came out, was 54. He's down there to 52. Griezmann, before it came out, was about 112, still 112. Salah, before it came out, was 300, still 300. Informs, before it came out, he was 113, still 113. Verts, before it came out, was 118, now to 223. We can show you some road to the knockout stages as well. Before it came out, it was about 183, still 182. So what these packs coming out basically meant is that the market did not rise, nor did it drop. Now the market should rise going into around about 1 PM to 5 PM today. Not too significant, not significant enough for you to go and buy players now and sell later today. Again, I didn't really back there being any investments last night because we do think, going off of last year's trends, the market should peak on the Tuesday. This is why we think the market should go and peak on the Tuesday. I think I've got a plethora of players from last year to go and show you. If we can go and show you, here we go. For example, we've got Griezmann last year, peaked up there on the Tuesday, then went down. We can go and show you cards like Mbappe. Mbappe actually peaked on the Wednesday and then went down. We can go and show you someone like Saliba from last year. There you go, peaking up on the Tuesday, then went down. We can go and show you a Team of the Week 2 player, so the equivalent Team of the Week. Peaked there on Monday, Tuesday, then went down. And we can show you a road to knockout stage. Again, didn't quite peak there on the Tuesday, went down. So we do anticipate now the whole market to drop every single day. Still can rise going into 6 PM. It's just quite favourite to drop a fair bit after 6 PM, which would then give today a lower average than yesterday. So again, if you guys do still have cards that are in packs, and even the Team of the Week 2s that again are about to go out packs very soon, I do recommend selling it all between about 1 PM to 4 PM. Because if we looked yesterday, the vast majority of gold cards did peak between 1 to 4 PM. Where can we go? Actually, so he's not going to go and fit my agenda. But yeah, let's go and find someone who fits the agenda. Griezmann, I'm sure he'll go and fit the agenda. Peaks, where are we looking? I guess maybe they're actually peaking about midday. I mean, in all fairness, his peak there is 150k. 105k, and he's still 145. So again, we're looking probably about midday to 4 PM is when these cards peak, and then they go down in the anticipation of 6 PM content, and then subjective on what 6 PM content is, depends when they go down. What do we have? We're also going to talk briefly about investing in the Team of the Weeks, because again, the Team of the Weeks are expected to drop from today through to Saturday. Then they shouldn't be bad investments from Saturday onwards. Team of the Weeks that I think will be the best here, I think Breme's had some nice rebounds. I don't back Elise because someone like Matoma didn't actually work very well last year. So yeah, so Saturday onwards we expect these cards rebounding. We're going to talk a little bit about actually the cards you can go and buy for Weekend League, because the problem is, over Weekend League, all gold cards last year dropped 20%, 20 to 25%. All heroes dropped about 10 to 15%. And as a result of all these cards dropping so much, it's quite hard to go and buy a Weekend League team without losing coins again. I've consistently had people joining my stream saying, "Oh, Dan, should I hold my players going into Weekend League as they rise?" But the reality is they just didn't rise. They dropped every single Tuesday to Sunday last year. So it wasn't like a one freak sort of Tuesday or Friday. Tuesday or Friday was the very consistent drop. And the reason that occurs is because people literally finish Weekend League, sell up their team, and then don't go and buy it until midweek. So, yeah, my recommendation regarding your teams is, you don't really want to be having gold cards going into Weekend League because they just don't rise. And even if Weekend League rewards are better, score battle rewards are better this year, they're dropping the market more. Division rival rewards are better this year, they're not rising the market. So at the moment, all these rewards that are better, giving off bigger packs, are actually, if anything, dropping the market more. And that's what we expect for Weekend League. So we're going to talk a little bit about what you can go and buy during Weekend League that won't drop, because there's a few cards, there's a few salmon going up that waterfall of the market crashing. The first one we're going to talk about is going to be these Team of the Weeks. So Team of the Weeks are favoured to be the cheapest on Saturday and then go and rebound till Tuesday. So, of course, this does mean you can't go and buy your Weekend League teams, or can't go and buy them till Saturday. But yeah, so the best ones who should be a good investment, again, Breme should be very good, Vert should be very good, Rafinha should be very good, Diaz should be very good, and then Son will be okay, and Elise will be okay, not being the most optimal. So 1, 2, 3, 4 Team of the Week cards I think would be good buys on the Saturday. On top of that, you can also go and buy Team of the Week ones on the Saturday. The best Team of the Week ones to go and pick up would be Rodman. Where is it? Rodman, Adeyemi are the best performers. We're going to go with Yamal. Obviously, he's expected to get a POTM tomorrow, so we'll see how that reacts. Messi's rebounds has been pretty awful. Gabriel's has been okay. He went from like 41 to 47k. And then Theo's been okay as well. So Rodman, Hernandez, Gabriel, and Adeyemi, you could also go and buy on Saturday without losing coins. Next investment we're going to talk about is going to be RTTKs. Again, like I showed you a second ago, if I can go and find it. The RTTKs drop all the way through to Friday. Could be 3 different buy times on these. 1, if they crash heavily on the Thursday evening, your buy time can be Friday morning. 2, if they get heavily panic sold going into 6 PM on Friday, it'll be Friday before 6 PM. 3, if they don't get heavily panic sold before 6 PM on Friday, then they should get heavily panic sold after 6 PM on Friday, meaning they'll be cheapest anywhere, probably from about 6:30 all the way through to 8 PM. That's kind of our cheapest point on cards. And again, if you want to go, I think they're all expected to rebound going off of last year's trends. Even if, again, they win their games, lose their games midweek, they're still expected to drop down to Friday. If you want to go with the guys who have the best rebounds as well, all you got to do is go and look at the player game performance, and I've got to go version, go to RTTK, and we click on games. So the players that should rebound the best are Van der Beek, Watkins, DeMarco, Koch, Bjorn, Keane, Sesko, and so on. The lower you get down the list, in theory, the less they rebound. So those are other cards that, again, these cards rebound between Friday through to Tuesday, when the rest of the golds are dropping. So, again, you can go and buy Team Week 1s on Saturday, you can go buy Team Week 2s on Saturday. You could probably buy Team Week 3s on Sunday, but you don't really leave yourself any time for Weekend League. You can go buy RTTK's Team 1 on Friday. Other than that, the RTTK Team 2 has been fully leaked, and the RTTK 1 golds who went out of packs have done pretty decent. So that is the, I guess, the 3rd or 4th set of players you can buy are gold 2 again, road to knockout stage Team 2s. Now there's a few investments in it, and there's a few things that aren't investments. Now not necessarily every card that goes out of packs does well. And the reason not necessarily every card that goes out of packs does well is because if something goes out of packs that no one cares about, even if the card gets slightly rarer, they're not going to go up. The only things that do well out of packs are SBCs, cards that are used in SBCs and cards that are used in Weekend League. So stuff like Balogun wouldn't be a good buy. Lemuse wouldn't be a good buy. Goncalo Nacio wouldn't be a good buy. Stiller wouldn't really be a good buy. Antonio Silva would not be a good buy. Ziyech wouldn't be a good buy. Henderson wouldn't be a good buy. Some might say, but Dan, Henderson is English playing for Ajax. Surely he's really, really useful for SBCs. Well, the reason that I can say that he's not useful for SBCs is if I head over to Footbin, go over to Graphs, This guy is just sat at discard since the release of the game. So even though in theory he looks like he might be good for SBCs, this right here shows me that he's just not being used for SBCs. If he's not being used for SBCs, then he's not favoured to really rise out of packs. Whereas Zubamendi is actually quite interesting. So again, remember how flat the Henderson graph is. But if I go and load up someone like Zubamendi, look at Zubamendi's graph. It should be a little bit all over the shop. There you go. See, he gets rise right there up to 1k. Then he goes down there to 600. Then he has another rise here. I'll take out PC, make it a little bit easier. Has another spike here where he goes up to 850. Had another spike up here where he went up to like 1.1k. Had a spike up here where he goes up here to 800 coins. So if you can go and pick this guy up for about 500-600 coins, he's shown that he can spike a little bit subjective on what SBCs we get. So he'd be a way better card to go and buy than Henderson, because Henderson is just flat, no demand. Whereas this guy's demand goes up and down, up and down, up and down, meaning through the week he should be made rarer and rarer. And one of the reasons he is like that, by the way, is because he's an 81 rated non-rare, meaning his card is just very rare. The next person we get on Guerin wouldn't be very useful. Gusto's not bad. So Gusto at the moment is obviously slightly weakenly demanded / I think he's used for Evos. The only problem I have with Gusto is last week we went and bought a bunch of Romeros at about 1.6k because Romero was being used in the pacey centre-back Evo. And Romero is slightly good for SBCs, but he hasn't done that well out of packs. So, you know, out of packs I think he went 1.6. I think he got to like 2k and a bit in the pre-hype. Yeah, I think he got round about 2k in the pre-hype. And since hasn't really done that well, I mean, he's back up to 1.9. So again, went from 1.6 to 1.9. It's okay, but it really hasn't been too crazy. But Gusto you can buy on the gamble, but it's not guaranteed because of Romero. Thuram, no demand for him out of packs. Welty, no demand for him out of packs. Lascelles actually got an SBC. Jimenez shouldn't be demanded out of packs unless he's a non-rare this year. Is he a non-rare this year? Oh, he is a non-rare. Okay, so let's have a little look and see if he's being used. Again, he's got 2 spikes here, which is okay. So it'd be okay out of packs. Pick him up for like 400 coins, 500 coins. Probably can't really hurt. Then we go on to Barcola. Again, I think Barcola is another player that'd be okay to invest in. Then we move on to Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek is obviously very demanded for Evos. The only problem we have with Loftus-Cheek is his price range. EA, for some reason, has not updated his price range, despite being extinct or very close to being extinct for so long. So it could be a nice buy, but yeah, again, if you got to gamble on EA actually finally get around to increase his price range. Garnacho's not used for anything. Brandt's okay, but the problem is that SBC fodder that went out of packs this week didn't really do that well. For example, if I look at Mateo, she went out of packs like here, and she's gone from 3.5 to 3.9. So you would need significantly better SBCs next week for something like Bront to do well out of packs due to being used as SBC fodder. Arachio, weakenly demanded, goodbye. Nico Williams, weakenly demanded, goodbye. Dybala, weakenly demanded, goodbye. Van Dijk, weakenly demanded, goodbye. Kane. So Kane won't work unless we get Mbappe. If we go and get Mbappe POTM instead of Yamal POTM Wednesday, then Kane can actually do really well out of packs. But otherwise, Kane probably wouldn't do that well out of packs because the Haaland demand isn't very strong. And unless you're going to gamble on there being big SBCs that players like Kane are used in, again, there probably won't really be any demand for him. So Kane can be good if we get Mbappe. If we don't get Mbappe, not demanded. So I just said right there, well, Arachio is good, Nico Williams is good, Dybala is good, and Van Dijk is good. When are we going to go and buy these cards? Now, if we have a little look at someone who went out of packs this week, someone like Diani. Diani went out of packs on, obviously, this Thursday because she's got an RTTK card. So when was Diani the cheapest? Well, if we go and look at this graph, we can see that Diani was basically the cheapest anywhere from Wednesday evening, 8 PM, all the way here to Thursday morning. And then after awards, she rebounded from 50k all the way up to 70k, or 52k to 70k in literally about 4 or 5 hours. So great rebound. And she's just been progressive all week, peaking up even at 88k, have another peak right here at 86k. And again, she should rise through to Thursday morning. So when are we, or Thursday afternoon. So when are we going to go and buy the Van Dijk, the Dybala, the Nico Williams? Well, we're going to anticipate there either being a drop before Division Rivals, which is what happened last week, or if there is no drop before Division Rivals, we'll track them after Division Rivals and we'll buy them when they stop dropping for Division Rivals. We'll then go and sell these cards. To play it safe, we'll probably go and sell them like Friday before 6 PM. You can gamble them out of packs because, again, they did do well out of packs this week, but I mean, she didn't actually rise until Sunday afternoon. So I would probably go and sell Friday before 6 PM, play it safe, and then round here you'll probably go invest in fodder or something like that. But you can see the rise between Division Rival Awards to before she went out of packs was generally about 22k. She would have made 20k at Diani. you know, which would have been very, very nice. But again, I would recommend selling them out before they go out of packs. Although, if you want to use them for Weekend League, you can just hold on to them. Because these cards, like I say, have risen all the way up to Thursday. So if you want to go and use Nico Williams, Dybala, Araujo, or Van Dijk for Weekend League, you can very happily go and buy them Wednesday evening, Thursday morning, and then go and sell them, go and sell them next Thursday. So again, there's some cards you can get away of using for Weekend League. Let's have a little look. As I say, the market is favourite of peak today. There's some players you can go and buy for your team. Just going to walk you guys through a little bit of web app trading. Now the market's down at the moment, it's probably not a bad time to go and teach you guys, because obviously I've got quite a lot of tutorials, but they're all from the console. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you guys how to do trading on the web app. I'm going to start off with cheap trading, and then I'll move on to how I icon trade on the web app. Although again, because I stream 10 hours a day, I don't really do any web app trading, because I think the web app on stream doesn't look that good. Compared to console, I think it's a lot more aesthetically pleasing. So I don't personally do much shadow trading or trading in general on the web app, but this is how I would trade, or how I do trade in the few times I do. So the first one I'm going to do is shadow trading. Again, I do a lot of shadow trading on stream, but you got to do it differently on the web app than you do on the console. And how you do this method is you're going to go and use these filters here. You're going to go use gold, rare, you're going to go gold, rare, then you're going to go chem style, shadow. Now again, you can do this on, again, the web app, or if you're on PC, this is how I also recommend shadow trading on PC. I then go and set the max buy now to 4K. You can go and set it above 4K if you want, but very rarely do I buy gold cards with a shadow more than 4K. So we've got rare gold, shadow, 4K, buy now. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go through the positions. Now you're only going to trade with right back, left back, CDM and centre mid. Now you may say, well, Dan, what about a centre back? The problem is, because every centre-back always has shadow put on them, they're kind of oversaturated with a shadow. Like, there's more centre-backs with a shadow on the market than there is demanded, and as a result, there isn't a very good price difference. Whereas right-backs have an array of, you know, sometimes you get shadow, you get anchor, you get people in catalyst, you put people in, like, hawk or whatever rubbish, you know, you get a lot more variety. And because there's a lot more variety, there's a lot less supply. And because there's a lot less supply, when people want a card, they go up a lot more. So we do this with left backs, right backs, centre mids, and CDMs. So what we're going to do is going to go gold rare, right back shadow, 4K buy now. And what we're going to go and do is search this in and scroll to the 50th minute. The reason we go to the 50th minute is because, you know, it means cards have only been put on the market for 10 minutes. Therefore, they're the highest chance of a deal. Now, the problem I will say is the console is currently down, so there actually might be a lack of cards popping up, but let's go and see if we can find a nice example. So I'm looking for a gold card now who's only 1k more with a shadow than they are without a shadow. So we've got someone like Di Lorenzo. So let's have a little look how much Di Lorenzo is without a shadow. Di Lorenzo without a shadow is 750, so I wouldn't really want to pay above 1.8k. So we're going to have to leave him there and not buy him. By the looks of things, there isn't actually any good deal here, but that's all good because now we're going to go over to left backs, and let's have a little look at left backs. So again, we're going to go and scroll to the 50th minute and look between the 50th to the 60th minute. We've got Robinson, we've got Round, we've got Balde. That might be a nice buy on Balde. Let's have a look at how much Balde is. Balde without a shadow is 1.1, so we wouldn't pay much above 2k for him. Kado, another Balde, another Gaia. And again, sadly, nothing on the market. Sadly, I don't think this is going to be the best time to go and show this. The reason I don't think it's the best time to go and show this method is because, again, the servers are basically down. And because the servers are down, there's not much being listed. But again, we're going to do the same with CDM. We're going to go scroll through here and look for cards that are only 1k more with a shadow than they are without a shadow. Let's go check. Bruno Guilherme. All right, we're going to type Bruno Guilherme without a shadow is 3.5. So let's go and buy that one quickly for 4k of a shadow. Perfectly. So I've only bought Bruno Guilherme. I can't believe I found an example with the servers basically down. 3.5k without a shadow. So I'll go and buy him for 4k of a shadow. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to list up this Bruno Guilherme from anywhere from the cheapest on the market to, I could go like the 10th cheapest on the market. Now the reason we don't necessarily have to sell stuff for the cheapest is because the amount of Bruno Guilherme with a shadow is going to consistently fluctuate all day. In the morning there might not be many. He might be really expensive as none are on the market. In the evening there might be way more. So to make like decent coins on FIFA, the reality is you can never be in a hurry to sell stuff. If you're in a hurry to sell stuff, you're going to be taking very small profits and you're not really going to be making many coins. But if you sell players on, let's say, lazy buyers, or you wait for players to fluctuate up, you're going to make a lot more coins. So that's really just how it is. So we've got Bruno Guilherme right now, rare gold shadow, 4k by now. Let's have a little look what he's going for on the market. So at 4.9k, we can again see there's a fair few on the market, but I'd be, oh, let's go pick up that one for 3.5. There we go. Something I do very often is when checking the price of a player, if another one goes and pops up, I'll double down. So we can see right here, there's a fair few for like 4.5k, but I'll be completely honest with you. I'm happy to just go and wait till mine till he fluctuates later in the afternoon. So I've gone and bought him in a game. I've gone and bought them at 3.5 and 4k, and then what I'm going to go and do is I'm going to go and list them up for 4.9. Again, with this method, I could have to list the cards up over and over and over again, but the reality is if I don't need to get the coins back fast, aka I'm not running out of coins, or I'm not needing the room on my transfer list, I can just keep on relisting these cards over and over again, because eventually what will happen is they'll fluctuate up, or I'll just be able to sell them on a lazy buyer. Again, all these cards I've gone and sold with a shadow. It's just when they sell that it removes the shadow from the listing. So now we're going to head over to center mids, and we're going to do the exact same thing here. So we want to go and lower it back down to 4k. And all you're going to do is just keep on alternating between all of these. You're going to go left back, right back, center mid, CDMs. Let's have a look if there's any center mids. Vitinha, 4k right here. I think this is going to be a buy. Vitinha is 3.5. Perfect. So 4k of a shadow, we're going to go and buy that. Now there is actually a little bit of a hack, because what you would have seen is I've actually bought 2 players and they're both 85 rated. Well, there's a little hack to learn prices, and that's actually every 85 is 3.5. Meaning, if I see an 85 rated player for 4.5k or below of a shadow, more likely than not they're going to be a buy, because every single one sells for minimum 3.5. So Vitinha popping up here for 4k, I wouldn't even really have to check the market, because I know every 85 at the moment is 3.5. Nunez, again, I have personally sold on for 4.9k, I literally showed you a second ago, so I'd go and buy that because I learn. But yeah, so what you do is, at the beginning, the rule of thumb is you just pay 1k more for a rare gold card with shadow, more than they are without a shadow, and then you go and sell anywhere from the cheapest to maybe the 10th or the 15th cheapest on the market, because again, you want to go and sell on fluctuations. Well, what eventually happens is you flip players so commonly that you actually just learn what they sell for. You don't have to worry about only paying 1k more with a shadow than they are without a shadow, and again, eventually you gain enough market knowledge and you learn what everyone sells for with a shadow. So for example, I know that I can actually go and sell Nunez for 4.9k of a shadow, so I actually don't have to worry about the rule of thumb, because I'm so confident in what I can sell him for. And again, this will just come in time. It's just a big old learning curve. At the beginning, you won't know what anyone sells for. At the beginning, I didn't know what anyone sells for, but you learn more and more players that sell on, you learn their prices, and eventually it's just like clockwork. You know, I'll have 100 players on my tramps list, they'll all have shadow on, and eventually what happens is they'll just go and sell off. It's a game of, you know, you've got to be patient with it, but then you've got to be patient with all sorts of trading to make money. To make the most money, you've got to be patient. And yeah, that's what you're just going to do. You're going to go gold rare, left back, right back, CDM, centre mid, and that should be all good. Again, regarding console sniping, I'll put that on the video tomorrow. Obviously, I can't really put it right now because the servers are down. If you guys are interested in icon trading is super simple. To do icon trading, you do need 1 million coins. It's not efficient to do unless you've got 1 million coins, because you'll just spend so long not trading. Again, you kind of need to icon trading, keep in the loop, keep learning the prices. If you're not learning the prices and you're out the loop, you're going to consistently be missing deals, meaning you need a minimum of 1 million. So what you can do is I just go whatever amount of coins I have as my maximum buy now. So in this case, I've got 1.8 million, so I'm going to put my maximum buy now as 1.8. I'm then going to go and put minimum 150. And what I do is I go and search the market and scroll to the 59th minute. The reason we scroll to the 59th minute is because they're the icons that have just been listed. Shouldn't take too long, especially on the web app. Actually, 20 players are on every page compared to the console where there's only 10. We then go to the 59th minute and we're looking for deals. Now, how do I know what is a deal? That is a good point. Well, to know what a deal is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to FootWiz and load up FootWiz. Lovely. Again, I don't use FootBin, I don't use FootGG for this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the icon. So let's say, for example, I want to go for Angara. So I'm going to go head over to FootWiz, sorry. I'm going to type in Angara, and I'm not using this price here. I'm not using these prices here. I'm not even using what the average is. What I want to look at is view sold prices. Here I can see every single price that Angara has sold on for. And what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a high price that she has consistently hit. So for example, if I want to go and look here, let's have a little look. She sold here at 182, here at 181, here at 180, here at 189, here at 180. Let's see what else we've got. Here at 181. Any more? Here at 183, here at 184, here at 182. So I can see she kind of gets the low 180s. So what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to get them about 10% cheaper than what she goes up to. So let's say I'm happy to gamble that she sells on for 182. I want to get about 10% cheaper than that. So for the sake of it, we'll say 162. And then I can go and make myself 9k profit. So is this one up for 162? No. I can have a little compare price, see if there's any others on the market for 162. Although if that one's not 162, it's probably quite unlikely. No, there's any more. So we're not going to go and buy Angara, but again, if she popped up for 162, we'd go and buy it. And then what you need to do is you just need to go and increase the min price by 150 coins, just so it refreshes the market and shows you new players. And then you're going to go and scroll to the 5th, 9th minute again. Again, with icon trading, you're going to have to list up players hour after hour. There isn't good coins in FIFA buying stuff and selling it instantly unless you get an insane snipe. And the odds on you getting an insane snipe is very, very low compared to just buying something on a fluctuation. So, Van Nistelrooy, I know is not a good buy. Hernandez, again, eventually you just learn what everyone sells for. So, like, Baresi's low 200s, Koeman's about 270. Barnes is about 360. Pichon's about 370. Hernandez is 290, if I'm 297. I think I sold him on last night for 297, didn't I? There you go. Sold him on literally last night for 297. So eventually what happens is you learn all the prices and you don't have to check them all, and you can just go and buy them. And I'd say that about wraps that up. Yeah, so there's how to go and trade, shallow trade on the web app. There's how to go and icon trade on the web app. Icon trading on PCs, the same as what I've showed you right here. But that's that. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully the servers get back on soon, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.